say, oh, I got her sold. So it's an easy sell because the front cover is so cute. You could do the same thing. Pick an intriguing picture for the front cover that will absolutely sell the book. That's the only thing I can tell you. And then as far as marketing, get on the phone and start calling stores that would want to sell your product and would be a good fit. You wouldn't call an art store to sell a cookbook. Okay, so match your product with the store. And
And you call first, or do you ever just walk in?
I
Yeah.
I would call first, and because you know let your fingers do the walking, and save yourself a lot of time and gas. Okay, call them, tell them what you have, and say, well, look, if why don't you go online and take a look at the front cover, and you could. That's what I did. I had a website set up where they could go to the website, see the book, and I had 15 images from the book on there so that they could go to it and thumb through it and see the images and say, yeah, I want your book. That way they could call me and order it, and I'll send them whatever they need.
What about the prints that you did, just those individual prints?
Those, what about it? How did I sell them?
Yeah.
I had a rack. I had a wire rack, which was, it sat on the table, but it was at a graduated level here, where when you put the art print in, the one behind it would stick up higher, and the one behind it higher, higher, higher. And so I sold it like that. I had my art designer design a color placard for the front of the rack that said Louisiana Landscapes, and it had a thumbnail of all 5 images on the very front.
Where did you get the rack at?
Office Depot. So I bought 3 or 4 racks. I had her make me 3 or 4 of those color placards.
So you had your main prints, and you took those to the stores, and put them on consignment?
Yeah. Yeah. So just creativity. Think of what would be the best fit for your products.
Was there at any one point where you felt like regret, or maybe like felt like it was too much and you were jumping into something too big?
Yeah, when I got married the second time. No, what you mean? Regrets as in?
Or just maybe not regret, but just maybe got a little worried if you were going to be able to do it, make it happen. The most worried I have ever been was when I started this Cajun cookbook. I started this, June 1st, 2005. Guess what happened in August 2005?
Yeah, how big of an impact was that?
Oh, major. Because I was planning on selling this book through Forest Sales, because the company I was working for, Forest Sales was their biggest customer. Forest Sales sold 1,000 cookbooks a month for the company that I worked with because of the New Orleans market. August comes, Katrina comes, wipes out my whole New Orleans market. And at that time, the woman I was married to left me the month before. Thank God. It was serious. It was a major catastrophe. I was so much in debt because of stuff that she did. And so I was at the point of losing my home. Okay? And I had credit card bills that she was doing behind my back I didn't know about. And so I'm thinking, oh my God, I have to sell my house. And so I went step by step, bit by bit, until November came, the book was printed, and started putting the books out in December. And so when the books I put out in December, I could collect some for in January. Take that money and pay off my credit card bills, and so on and so forth. So, stepping stones. My life was a series of stepping stones from one level to a higher level to a next higher level. And like I said at the beginning, you're looking at a miracle. I would not have been able to walk into a room of this many people, much less stand up in front and say, everybody look at me. I would have been so insecure. Growing up, I was severely abused verbally by classmates. I was the proverbial 95-pound weakling in a room full of linebackers and quarterbacks and fullbacks on the football team who won championship after championship. And so I was always inferior. That's how I felt in front of others. And so I carried that with me through my adult life. And only by the grace of God and His work in my heart and through reading the Bible, God has helped me to overcome this. But like I said, just a few years ago, what really broke that off of me was in 1977, I was invited to, or kind of prodded into being a participant in a talent show at our church. And so I don't have any talent, don't look at me. And so at the time, I was working on a book called Cajun Humor, and it was my job to go through all these cassette tapes of all these Cajun humorists and comedians, pick the best joke, and type them out, and get them prepared to put in the book. Well, all this time that I'm doing that, I'm getting these thoughts. Wow, that's cool. Wow, you could do that. And, maybe I could do that. What would it be like to be on stage? And so the head of the talent show says, I'm looking for somebody to do a stand-up comedy routine. When she said that, I felt it like, oh, she's talking about me. So I decided, okay, I'll take some of the best jokes from what I heard, put together a 10-minute deal. I got up there and I did it, and people were rolling in the aisles. Well, that broke that bondage off of me, which helped me to go up to a higher level. The next thing that really helped me out was there's a company in Baton Rouge called Fresh Pickens. It's a produce market, vegetables, fruits, and all that. They had a vendor festival every year, and the manager called me. He says, he knew about my book. He said, I want you to come and display your book and sell it in front of all these people. He had to call me 3 times to, like 3 successive weeks. I need your commitment. I want you to do it. So I was very hesitant to do it because inferiority complex and all that junk. So I called my best friends, and I asked them, a husband and wife, I said, would you mind coming with me to Baton Rouge? Please hold my hand. That's how I felt. Come with me, back me up. I went there, and after a half hour, man, I was getting crazy. Calling out to people, hey, come taste this. I cooked this. Hey, I wrote a cookbook. Come see. And so I was getting free, getting crazy. So I've been doing vendor festivals at the Fresh Pickens in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, as well as doing the demos at Barnes & Noble. So, any other questions?
I just wanted to comment that it sounded like you kind of had a plan and that you took jobs that would give you the knowledge and experience that you needed to go farther in your publishing.
That's how it worked out.
So instead of going to school, you took a job and you got paid to learn what you thought you were going to need.
Well, I did go to USL.
But I mean,
I have
after
120 something
college.
hours, but no degree, because I changed majors so many times. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, So, but yeah, it worked out that by getting the job as a mail carrier for the city, I had time to think and plan, and when the job opening came up for a press operator, I took it. So, but it worked out good for me. Is that it? I appreciate y'all coming and listening.
Thank you, I appreciate it a great deal. Thank you.